Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we're making lamb cutlets for 2 people. So if you'd like to make this for your family, times this recipe by 3. So we're going to start off by cutting all our vegetables. So I have 3 tomatoes, 2 mushrooms and some capsicum, and also 2 onions. Now obviously you guys can add whatever other vegetables you have in your fridge. These are just the staple vegetables I always put in when I make dishes in the oven like this, which are just 1 tray recipe dishes. And I also experiment, so this time I didn't have anything else, but normally I would add some spring onion, or I would add some more mushrooms, or whatever else I find vegetable wise in my fridge. So I cut my tomatoes in slices, and I did this because obviously it looks nice, but I also did it because the thinner you slice your pieces of tomato or whatever vegetable you're cooking, the lower the cooking time for it. So I wanted everything to cook quite quickly, so I also cut up my capsicum quite small, even my mushrooms and also my onion. So once you finish cutting every vegetable, just put it into the tray. So I thought to take the time just to say thank you guys for coming and watching this video. It means a lot to me, and I really hope this inspires you and gives you guys a new view on food, making stuff from scratch, and also like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And then we are going to drizzle some olive oil on top of our vegetables and put some salt and pepper as well. Then mix and combine all your ingredients so they all get well and evenly coated in the olive oil and the salt and pepper, and then they're ready to go into the oven. So while we are waiting for our vegetables to cook, we are going to start making our dressing. So this is going to be put on our meat and our vegetables once the vegetables have been cooked. So we're going to make this twice. We're going to make it one time that we're going to drizzle on top while our meat is cooking, and then a second time which we're going to put on top just before serving. So we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of olive oil to the container, and then a teaspoon of salt and a pinch of pepper, and then we're going to add our balsamic vinegar. So this is a balsamic vinegar that I found that had some honey in it, so if you guys think it's too sweet, don't add extra honey, but I also ended up adding honey as well. So this balsamic vinegar was really good because it just came from the plant. Like there was only 1 ingredient in it. There was no extra ingredients that normal balsamic vinegars have, sugar and other preservatives in it, so I really liked this one. So we're going to add 2 tablespoons of the balsamic vinegar. Then we're going to move on and add all our spices. So we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of dried coriander, a teaspoon of paprika, and also a teaspoon of onion powder. Now, as usual, I will put in the description below the method and the ingredients that I've used and how I've made this recipe, and you guys can obviously get creative and add other spices as well. Now this is optional, but if you are adding honey to this seasoning, I'm going to add a teaspoon of honey on the stovetop to start melting. Then I'm going to add the rest of my seasoning mixture to the honey and we'll combine it over the stove. And once the honey and that mixture starts bubbling a bit and I know that my honey has melted, then I'm going to take it off the stove and then it's ready. So here are my vegetables now that they are ready. So while you're cooking it, I nearly forgot to say that you need to make sure that you stir your vegetables so they don't get burnt on top or get stuck to the pan. So once I'm happy with my vegetables, then I'm going to add my lamb cutlets to my vegetables just on top. Then I'm going to drizzle my sauce on top of my cutlets, and I'm going to cook them in the oven on 200 degrees Celsius for an hour or until they're cooked as preferred or brown. So I always like to slightly undercook mine, so depending on the cutlet size and what type of meat of cutlet you are using, it might need more or less. So I always just take one off when I think it's ready and then give it a cut through and check the color. So then I made another batch of that dressing, and once my cutlets were cooked, I just put that on top and they were ready to eat. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you some inspiration to try eating some new food or different food to what you're used to. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!